Hello ladies, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing my first impressions, kind of like a half get ready with me, half first impressions. It is on the new Glamouflage foundation and the new Natural Eyes palette that you probably cannot see because of the glare. Let me see if I can move it around and you might be able to see it. And I'm also doing a little review about the Lotus Mink eyelashes. This is not a sponsorship. They did send this to me for free to review. I do have a coupon code for you guys as well down below, but I'm not getting paid to do this. This is completely how I feel about these. You're going to see me and how I feel about these as well in the video. So if you want to see what I think about that foundation and the eyeshadow palette and those eyelashes, then just keep watching. Okay, so let's do this first impression, kind of get ready with me with the hard candy products. I did prep my face. I put the Smashbox Photo Finish primer on and the Pores No More by Dr. Brandt. And I did my dark circles with my Pixie Concealer. I don't want to do like the bare face to see how it really works just because I'll never use it that way. I do know some get ready with me or first impressions from people that have done that, and they also did half of their face with a sponge and half of their face with a brush. I'm going to be using the sponge, the Real Technique sponge, so I will leave the link to that first impression and get ready with me down below in case you guys want to see other ways and, you know, bare skin with nothing and how a brush works and all of that. I will leave the link to that down below. But I'm just going to do it how I normally do it just because I need to film a bunch of videos after this. So I don't want to do anything crazy and end up looking really shiny and greasy. I may end up having to take this all off anyway. So I got the foundation in Fair, which worries me just a bit. This is a 931 Fair. I'm not fair. I've been self-tanning, so I put it on my hand and it was still kind of light. So I don't know how well this is going to work out. So let's just see how this goes. I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand, a couple pumps. It does squirt out pretty fast. It is a little bit runny. It does have a tiny, tiny smell to it, but like a normal foundation. I think I actually have high-end foundations that smell worse than this. So I'm just going to apply it like I normally would. I know I may do this completely different than you guys, but we all have our ways. I don't think it's too light. It doesn't look like it's gonna make me look like a porcelain doll or anything, but it does have a little bit of a lightness to it. You definitely need a lot more foundation if you're going to be using the Real Technique sponge. It does soak up a lot of it. I probably should have pinned my hair back. See how unprepared I am for these like get ready with me kind of things? I do kind of like how this is applying though. The coverage on it seems to be pretty nice. It's not a matte foundation, as far as I knew. Is it a matte foundation? It's a transforming liquid powder foundation that absorbs oil. So I'm not sure if that really means it's matte or what. So I've had to use 5 pumps on the back of my hand with the sponge so far. So if this is something that you do end up liking, I would probably not use the sponge for it. Otherwise, it's going to end up wasting a lot of product. But it is drugstore, so I mean, and it's pretty cheap for drugstore too. So it's not like it's something that you can't afford to go and buy again. I am feeling a little bit shiny with this, so it's definitely going to have to be set with a powder. But I mean, other than that, I really, really like this so far. The coverage is awesome. I don't really know how I feel about the shininess because I am oily. It says that it's you know, helps with that, but I kind of feel like it's bringing it out. Yeah, it definitely needs to be set with a powder. I mean, it does need time to sink in. Blemish wise, it covers my freckles good, but I do have like a blemish on the tip of my nose and my chin, and it doesn't really cover those up too well. So, I mean, I don't know if you have acne scars or acne issues, if this will be a good foundation for you. Because, I mean, you don't want to cake it up, you know? You really don't, especially with how oily this feels. I mean, my face feels really oily right now. And it said that it was, sorry if you hear the cars. I have my window open for the first time. But it says that it absorbs oil and camouflages imperfections and delivers a long-lasting velvet finish. I do get where they're saying that it's velvet. I mean, it does feel very, very nice, but it's not saying that it does, like, it doesn't do what it says that it does on the bottle. It's a nice foundation. It covers well for me. I do like it, and I actually think this is my shade, which is weird. But I'm definitely not fair in anything but this foundation. So their color choices are definitely way off. But I like it, other than I'm going to have to set it like crazy. So this will probably not be a foundation I will reach for during the summer at all. So it'll probably end up just getting tossed. But, I mean, it's okay. I'll use it until it starts getting really hot out. But when you start sweating, this is just going to melt off. There's no way this is going to stay on. Oily people, this just may not be our friend. So, you know, with it saying that it covers imperfections, which it doesn't, that it's oil absorbing, which it isn't, and then it says that it stays on and keeps you moisturized for 12 hours of flawless perfection. It's saying a lot that even high-end foundations cannot deliver. I think they're saying a little bit too much for this. I mean, I would definitely try it. So many people feel so differently about this that it is an individual opinion kind of thing. Do not go off other people's opinions. Go off just grabbing it. It's a drugstore foundation. I do think that it works well. If you have dry skin, you may end up loving this. I really think that you might like it if you have dry skin or combination skin. But if you are full on oily like me, I mean, you can use it, but I'm going to have to set this like crazy. Okay, I'm going to finish up my face and get it all ready to get ready with the Natural Eyes palette and see what I feel about this. Okay, so I did my eyebrows and primed my eyes, and I realized that I look like a caveman with these dark ass eyebrows. I do need to get a lighter pomade since lighting my hair recently, so it's looking a little freaky. Plus, I'm having the hardest time with my eyebrows lately. But I did warm up the foundation with this Physicians Formula that I got from Leah. I forgot what this is called. It's just an organic wear powder. I did warm it up using this, and then I set it even more using the oil blotting translucent powder that I recently hauled because I want to test this out as well. So we will see how that does. You guys will see that, and then I hauled it. I'm going to try to rush because it's starting to pour out, and you guys can probably hear that. So let's just get started. I did prime my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and then I'm just going to get started with this. This did have its own eye primer. I'm going to test that out separately and see how it is. I should have used it this time, but I kind of just forgot, actually. So this has an eyeliner and then the shadows and a little booklet that it comes with. I'm actually going to try a look from the book. I think that I'm actually going to do the more dramatic nighttime look, just because when you're filming, more dramatic looks look better. I might just tweak it a little bit if I don't like how they're doing it, but let's just get started with this. And they do actually, I wanted to tell you guys, they do have the names of the colors and the eyeshadows in this little booklet. I don't know if I like that because I don't keep the booklets, but they do have the names. So I'm just going to take a fluffy kabuki brush, and I'm going to take Tease, which is this really nude color here, and I'm going to put that all over my eyes. I always do this every single day. Not with this specific palette, but with any palette that I normally use. I always put down a nude colored shade just because it helps blend any colors you do out. Because I've noticed if you put any kind of actual color down right after a primer, it's patchy and disgusting, and there's just no point. So I'm going to do this first. And this is very, very smooth. I like it. The eyeshadow is very smooth. And I like how it doesn't give too much of a pigment, but it does give that smoothness, which is exactly what I'm looking for as a base like that. So I kind of just decided I'm just going to do whatever I want to do because I don't like how their instructions are. So I am going to start by taking Toying, which is this shade here, and I'm going to use that in my crease. So I'm going to take my flower brush that I love so much, and I'm going, ooh, this is actually very powdery. Very powdery. I'm just going to go in my crease. This is a lot darker than I thought it was. Okay, so I have the crease in. Even though the shadow that I used for the crease was super powdery, it blended like a dream on my eyelid, and it did not have any fallout. So I'm like seriously impressed because I've used high-end shadows that have fallout and are not this easy to blend. Like this just feels like a luxury eyeshadow to me. I am going to apply my NYX Milk just to my lid because I want to use the more pink shade, but I want it to stand out a little bit more. Now, I don't think that, I haven't tried the pink shade and it wasn't pigmented or anything. I say that because just pink shades in general are very hard to work with and be pigmented unless they're like hot pink or dark pink. This is a light pink, so I always use my Milk just so it has the best chance possible of showing up. And then I'm going to use my ring finger, and I'm going to use that to apply the shadow to my lid. And I'm going to go in with Girly. I'm trying this mirror. I'm going to go in with Girly here, the middle shadow, which it's not a bright pink. I mean, I don't even know. It has a pink in it, but it's very metallic. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but it's very metallic. And I'm just going to pop that on the lid. Oh, and I really like this. It's very like a shimmery metallic, but it shows up very nicely. I always like to use my finger when I do this just because it's more pigmented. Alright, in true Nikki fashion, I am going to smoke this look out. I think I'm going to try Philander, which is this color here. I'm going to try that first. I don't know if it's going to be dark enough. We will see. I'm just going to take my little fluffy kabuki brush and let's see how this is. Now, I don't really like that. It did not come up at all. So I'm going to go back in with Minx here, this dark brown, and this is more of a matte, and I'm going to try using that. This is working much, much better. You do need to make sure that you tap off your brush because this is very powdery and it will drop down on any of them. It'll give you fallout if you don't. But that's why I do all of my like powders and highlighters and blushes and contouring last, just so I can clean up my face in case things go crazy. But everybody has their own separate ways of doing that stuff. So I really do like these. They are so blendable and like you can work with them so easily, but the Minx did give me some fallout, that darker brown. Now I'm going to take Bashful, which is this middle big color here, and I'm going to use that as a brow bone highlight. I'm going to take that up here and highlight my brow bone. This is a very nice brow bone highlighter. I like the way that it has a sheen to it. It's a very, very nice highlighter. I am going to go in and I'm going to take Minx again and just line my lower lash line. I'm going to do my eyeliner and my concealer first, and then I'm going to do that, and I'm going to come right back to you guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this e.l.f. smudge brush like this, and I'm just going to use Minx in the palette, and I'm just going to line the bottom of my lashes. This is actually very, very, very pigmented. I don't know why I do that. Oh, face. Does anyone else do that when you're applying makeup? It's like the ugliest face ever. Nikki, stop. I'm going to take a fluffier brush if I can find it. I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills pointed tip one and just kind of smear it out a little bit more. I'm going to use a little nude Rimmel. And now I have a little surprise for you guys because I actually got sent the Lotus Lashes for a review. This is not a sponsor. They just sent them to me for free for a review, but they did give me a coupon code. I think it's for 15% off. I'm not positive, but that'll be down below. I'm going to apply these as well today, so we're going to do a whole bunch of reviewing. Okay, lashes applied, and I have to say at the moment I am absolutely loving these. I'm going to finish up the rest of my face, and I will come back to you guys with my overall ending impression on the foundation, the palette, and the lashes. Alright, now that we went through all of that, let's see how I finally feel about this stuff. Let's start off with the foundation. It's not my favorite for drugstore. It's okay. It says that it's, you know, helps suck in oil. I don't feel like that. I do feel like I'm still pretty oily. I ended up having to darken it up with this Physicians Formula powder, and then on top of that set it even more with the Hard Candy new oil blotting powder. And I still feel like it's not completely set, like it's oily or it's gonna move still, and I don't really care for that. It did have a slight smell, not too bad, actually less than high-end smell, like foundation smells that I have, so I didn't get that horrible scent from it. It does have pretty good coverage, I believe. Not if you have acne, like bad acne or acne scars. You're going to need something else for that because this will not cover it. I think for the price, this is a really great foundation. It's not something that I would use in the summer though, so I don't know if I would recommend this or not. I mean, I like it, but it doesn't wow me. Moving on to this eyeshadow palette. Now this wows me. I have to say, it completely wows me. I did not try the eyeliner. I did swatch it and it's very creamy to me. I did not try the eye primer yet. I will let you guys know when I hold it if I like that or not. But these shadows are really great. The two bottom ones, this one particularly right here at the top, I don't like that one at all. It has fallout. It's not pigmented. This one I do like. I used it in my inner corner today. I used this middle one on my lid, and I tried to use the top one there to smoke it out. It did not work either. These two shades up here on top, I didn't care for at all. Minx here is a great shadow. These two shadows here, the matte shadows, are amazing. They're pretty powdery, but they blend like a dream. I mean, wonderful. And I use these two big ones at the bottom, this for the eyebrow highlight and this for the all over the lid, or actually it was this one for all over the lid. I haven't tried this one at the end here yet. I really, really like these. These shadows are like better than high-end shadows. I mean, besides these two up here that really just suck. But the other shadows just make it worth it. I could see myself reaching for this on a daily basis. Now on to these Lotus Lashes. These are mink fur lashes. I actually contacted them and asked them if they would allow me to review them, and they said sure, and they let me pick out 2 lashes. Their lashes are $20 a pair, but I do have, I believe, a 15% coupon code for them, so that will be down below. I really, really like these, but they have a thick band, and they're a little pokey, but you can just trim the pokey parts that kind of hang off, which I didn't do because I'm in a rush. So that's really my only issue with them. I don't care for thick banded lashes, but these are so beautiful. I absolutely love them. I love the style of them. I love the feel of them. And when I have them on, other than that band, the pokey part that's like bugging me right here that I didn't trim, other than that, they're perfect. So if I had trimmed it, it would have been a completely different story. I love the packaging on these. I think they're adorable, so I would really recommend you guys checking these out. I like them, and the coupon code will make it completely worth it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and it wasn't too much of a hot mess. I'm not very good at these videos. I kind of recommend the foundation just because it is a person-to-person, like, opinion basis kind of thing. Everybody has kind of had a different opinion of that foundation. It's cheap. Just grab it and try it out. It could be like a holy grail for you, or it could be just a freaking mess, but it's not that much money, so it wouldn't matter. I highly recommend you go and you get those palettes though before they are sold out, because that's just gold right there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will talk to you later. Bye!